That is a win.
I also own a farm.
Here we go. You're now watching the 2024 season of Farming with Duffy Ag. Welcome back to the channel. Previously, what did we do? We tedded some hay, cleaned up some fence lines, got a little further ahead in life. I was going to tinker on this, but it's a two-person job. We need some extra stuff. But when we get done with hay, well, the hay up there, it's supposed to rain Friday. I would like to get that hay off and then instantly go in and plow. If we had a no-till drill or planter, and I've thought about adding weight and just planting into it, but I know how hard that ground is. We are gonna plow up probably about 10 acres and put it into corn, and then we'll start a rotation. It's the poor quality hay we've already talked about when we were mowing, but that means we need to get the planter back to a good place. And if you don't remember, well, we planted in the mud a little bit, but that's not really, that will clean up somewhat. Look at all that. Oh my God, it's so sad. It's depressing, honestly. But our tongue is pulling apart because we got a broken bolt. So what we'll do is we'll get it moved over. I guess we should shut the fertilizer off. It's dripping a little bit right there. Get it pulled over. Open the tongue up, get the broken bolts out, and get it back to a good spot. That way this will be good. We're going to drain all of our tanks out into one because there is some extra fertilizer for what we need to do. There's a little bit left in the planter, but not much. That one's empty completely. But these ones that, yeah, oh, that was water at least. Losing it. Probably got 40 more gallons of fertilizer by the time we put them all together. But how dry is our hay? Not dry enough. We got one more day, 1.5 days of good drying weather, right buddy? 1.5 days of good drying weather, and then we got to bale it. So we got out there, that's lighter stuff. I'm gonna go back up out back there, and we're just gonna check out the hay. That way I got an idea. We're gonna ted it this afternoon. Hopefully the sun comes out. It was out about an hour ago, and it's not ideal weather. Aaron made the comment, he said, me and my father have decided that we're not gonna do hay when you're trying to do hay because you brought the rain with you. Yeah, it might be true. Might be true indeed. So, alrighty, let's go check it out. So got the pasture clipped off some. We still got to spray these few thistle bushes. That way they're not there. They're on hills, so I couldn't just mow them down. But yeah, all cleaned up, looking good now. Fence lines are good. I do love the smell of grass drying. I also love the smell of silage. So this is some of our heavier stuff down in here. It might actually go. They're like, so we got a day and a half, like I said. We're gonna let it dry like this afternoon. Once Dan's done tedding, we'll flip it over once, and probably tomorrow, and then we'll try to bale it. I don't really want to do wrapped round bales. It's an option if we need it. I just don't like dealing with wrapped round bales. And I want to be able to have dry hay. If we did wrap brown bales, we'd line them all up in the back here so nobody knew we did them. But it's been a day since we looked at the corn. I'll walk back out here. And a lot more has come up, so we're looking very good on our emergence in the 24-hour span. Let me get out right here. Yep. Where did we look yesterday? Right here. So there, there, there. That's a little close together. There, and so on. So I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're pretty close to everything emerging in 24 hours. Yeah. Which means our depth's consistent and everything's consistent, which makes for better yields. Okay. In a week it's gonna look good. Finally getting around to putting the float in. So got a little nervous. The boys weren't out on pasture this morning. We're gonna scrape the barnyard and have it ready so we can spread it right out on where we're gonna plow it under. That has to get cleaned up. We got a bedding bale that can go in there. This is getting out of here because we're not feeding them anything in the trough any longer. But clean up it all up. How you doing? So gotta rinse, scrub that out. We gotta get a copper pipe and put it in it. I like the goldfish idea, but that's not year-round thing. So eat up the algae. But clean that out. But we got a float last year, Rubbermaid. Nothing special. Drill the holes. I don't know how everything fell out of the baggie already. But there we go. Just like that. Voila. We're good. I thought these holes might already be drilled because that would be smart thinking by them, but nah. Easy enough. Put the washers through. The washers must go through the bottom. So it doesn't pull out on that side. Huh? Okay. They're not big enough. Or got a little burrs. I'll get you some water in a second. Let me wrap this up. Then you guys don't have to worry about me, even though I like seeing you guys every morning. You'll still see me for some grain. I gotta admit, cows always have their own personality, but I got 3 really good ones. I've had this since last fall. Just never put it on. Some might say it's laziness. Some might just say it's part of the life. Just something to check and look at every day, so it's good. You guys have all that green grass and you're going to sit there and eat that junk hay that was underneath the feeder? It's up to you. Let me clean it out and then I'll get you guys going and we'll get further in our day. You're looking good, Norman. Got some good weight on you. That's a good thing. There you guys go. We'll get this cleaned up probably later today. But you got water flowing, and if we shut it off, nothing leaks. It's gonna be a good day to have a good day. I did remember another thing, the cab. We need to get the drain figured out. I don't know. Here's the drain here. So we got to trace it back up and see exactly where it's plugged and blow it out. I don't know if there's one on the other side too. Kind of makes sense that they're both, I think that drains to the sides. Oh yeah, That is plugged full. Huh. Easy enough to pop the roof off and see, but first things first. So we wrapped up planting. I think I got one pass left out there. We got to look once it germinates, once it starts emerging, which is easy enough to go back out. So we wrapped up planting in the mud. We got it all done. Some days I wish I didn't have my phone and it just didn't go off all day. Issue we got here. We broke a bolt and it only had one bolt in it because the other one's been destroyed and going on 3 years. And finally it broke, so it is held together and there's a bolt sticking through there. We're going to pop it apart and see exactly what we can do to make it work. If you don't know on this, and yes, that tongue's got a little bend to it, but plant's pretty good. If you don't know, on the 7000 series, this was a straight frame completely across, and you could fold the tongue in. That way it would only take up, it would be from here to the back of the seed boxes. You could tuck it in a shed real nicely. So I'm gonna, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Probably throw a jack underneath back here. That way the weight's off of this side. And then go. And yes, it's got a pivot up here for when it pivoted back there, but we don't have that set up right now. Some people have said, why don't you put some cables and stuff to help it move? I think we're okay. I think we're okay. It still plants as 2 4-rows, but it doesn't have as much flex side to side, but it's got a lot of lateral movement. So let me pop that apart and see if we can get that broken one out. I don't know what's creaking in the back there. Row units moving. Okay. Well, that saved us for a little bit. That bend was already in it. That's been like that since the beginning. Yeah. There's our bolt. That held it in. Now I was extra cautious for going back down the road. So the other side has good bolts. We should probably check them though. I don't know if I got enough weight off that or not. We got the tongue pivoted out of the way, and yeah, you can see there's no threads in there, which there never has been. And our broken one. So we were running one. It worked and worked and worked until it didn't work any longer. So we're gonna check the other side once we get it all good. But go ahead, drill that out. I tried hammering it around. It didn't work at all. I was hoping maybe it was loose enough, but drill it out. Probably got to get the torches on it, and then we'll get it out. Oh, come on. Nope. Okay. There we go. Oh, yeah. Nope. Might have to eat it again. That is a win. I gotta get a bigger set of taps. Hank over there chasing a bird. But we got both of them worked out. So had to sacrifice a bolt, but we're good. We got both of them. We're gonna put them back together, and then we're gonna do the other side. And I'm putting new hardware for everything with lock washers from the bolt bin. Thing's been awesome, so can't say thank you enough for stuff like that. Gonna have to do a little, I think, jacket on this side. Get it back completely. Watch your fingers. Okay. Now we gotta probably move it around a little bit. Oh, we are close actually. Go up just a little bit more. Oh, we gotta go longer. Or we're not, oh, we're not tight. That's our issue. Maybe we gotta go longer. Longer. At least on that one. I think both of them. Actually, once it pulls it in more, I think we'll be okay. Yeah. We'll see if that snugs it up. We might have to switch it out to a... Oh no. Bingo. Okay, we still have the connection, which is actually the circuit breaker, I think, tripping that runs this rear outlet. That runs the rear light bar and the pump. So I'm hoping we're not going to plant anything at night, but I bet we are. So we might have to split that off, that circuit breaker, or pull that circuit breaker. But this is done. Pretty much ready to rock and roll. The mud should clean off. Well, it'll be dried by the time we get to it. Yeah, it'll come off. Took a quick minute. Well, probably an hour and a half. Nothing on the benches is cleaned, but we organized a little bit, got the place cleaned up, swept the floor, put stuff away on the walls. Yeah. Rainy day, we will go in there and organize everything, and it is not a fun video for you guys, so that's why you guys don't see it. The county has been right after it, moving material back and forth, so looking good up there, boys. But we have to figure out the plugged filter, or the plug drain. So I'll pick this up and I'll pull it right up to the shop. That way we got all our stuff we need. And yeah, planter's good to go. Got to load it with seed, load this with fertilizer, and we can finish up planting what we end up plowing. I got the AC on high. It's got some humidity today. We're gonna see if we can shove this up first, get it cleaned out. If not, we'll have to pop the roof and make sure it goes all the way down. So little piece right there. Oh yeah. I've cleaned it and blown up through it, and I just don't feel comfortable enough that it's actually cleaned out. So we're gonna pop the roof off, pop those screws out. I am gonna blow the air filter out as long as we're sitting here. That way we're in a good place. Yeah, pretty dusty. We will pop the roof and see exactly what's going on. Air filter cleaned out. Yeah. Tractor blown out, radiator, everything checked over. So what we got is there's supposed to be 3 bolts that are in here. One was missing over here, so we got to get one for there. They hold the front of the roof down. And then there's 2 on top, which are right there and right there. And it pops up, and then there's just a cover that goes over the whole AC, the air conditioning and heating system. And I'll show you. Last time I didn't show much because I was in a rush. Today we're not so much in a rush, but we got some time to show you guys. So pop these and then get up on top and show you the rest of it. Somebody did point out that that's loose. We'll tighten that up too. I keep forgetting some of these things. Yes, I should write things down on a board and stuff like that, but all right. And then from there, roof picks up, and you got your little clip here. Goes up here. I don't know how much you guys are seeing because it's a two-hand thing. But we're locked and loaded. So underneath here, as you see, stuff builds up. I don't even know where those drains come out of. They got to go straight down. I didn't see them. But if you take all of these bolts out, voila. Oh, I see where they are. I didn't even notice that. So, pull this so that you guys can see better. So you got your cabin filter, sucks air from the inside or recirculates based up there. Then you have both AC and heat in the same one. So that way, this is your knob that puts heat through it, or puts coolant through here, that actually then air heats up the air. So we got heat in the winter. So what is going on is right here is filling up, and it is building up high enough that it is then running in back into the cab. So I did not see those previously. I think this side works, that side's wet. No, they both don't work. So what we're gonna do, I guess I'll push a wire through it and see if we can get it all the way to the bottom, then blow it out. Evaporator and heater core all in one. That's what I was looking for. So this goes right down through and it's happy, but there's a 90 in here. So hopefully we did get it blown out and it will be happy. But I'm gonna blow it out from the top. Go grab a gallon of water and dump it in and see, make sure it drains out. It's bubbling. Definitely not moving. So we gotta keep working on it from the bottom up. No luck over here. That other side's draining, but I don't see anything on the ground yet. Right? Nope, nothing coming out. So it's coming down, but not out, which is not a good feeling. Or it's going to, oh, yeah. Is it going into the cab? I thought we were making progress, but we have drips everywhere. So we're gonna have to pull those drain lines right out, and they should just run inside there and run right up. I'm not sure how they hook on the other side, but they shouldn't be anything special. Where's my screwdriver? Up top. I'll grab another one. Yeah, this is how you go down a rabbit hole. But I don't want this cab getting absolutely trashed because of condensation inside of it and everything. This side was all rolled up inside of it, but you can see me poking holes and trying to get up through. We just blew out of it, but this was tied together, so no way it was going to drain. It might be draining now. I've come to the realization that this is going to need a cab kit in it, because we are going to have to remove or cut to get to where that is. So they come across here, and well, we could try to unhook those, and I doubt they're gonna stay well. And the second we start pulling on any of this, it's all been wet, so it's junk. We're missing this panel. So cab kit, $1,000, 800 to 1,000. So depending on what you get, but fix some of the stretching that has gone on in there, missing pieces. Probably make it smell a whole lot better. It smells okay, but it's just not great. So I'd say that's time to go tedding. Okay, we cut a little square out of it. This is temporary, 100% temporary. This one does not look that bad, and then it goes up, and I don't know if I can get to it from here. Got it figured out. One of them. The other one's still plugged, still fighting me. This one's good. It's got a leak that leaks into the cab on the other one, so we're just gonna block that off for right now. I think put something in the way, put something in that hole so that it transfers over and comes out this side, because we're gonna have to pull the cab kit out, the roof out, to get these new lines in. But I think I can just run this one back over. I cut that little sliver, and that will make all the difference in the world. It will keep up like that, but it is sloped, so it can go one way or another, and we'll have a little bit of moisture in the cab. I'm gonna cut the other one while we're here, because we're gonna have to put the cab anyway. And then we gotta go. Got it pulled out. That is so much better. That ran right out. This one's still dripping slowly. I'm gonna get the air compressor going. Then we gotta throw the cab back on. I don't want a wind to come through and rip that roof off. And then we got a couple hours of tedding. But Dan did his. We just gotta do ours. Okay, we got the drain tubes both figured out, cut both sides of them. They run down through here, down to the bottom, through the support of the actual structure. I had to cut them shorter to get them back through. But at some point, like I said, we got to do a cab kit, because it's going to just be moldy and a pain. But these are pretty neat little lock pieces, so stuff doesn't go up. So right now they're probably like up here, which means they'll just drip all down through, which isn't the end of the world if they work the way they should. But roof's on, and we're gonna go jump over, grab the Tedar, and get tedding. Had to line up the 70s. So update on the Kenworth. Supposedly the motor either got done last week or it's getting done this week. The builder has been busy. I can't blame him. And but going back together once the motor work's done does not take them very long time. So we are back in the Massey. We are drying out. It is doing its thing. So we're gonna, this is Dan's crop. We're gonna go hit ours and hopefully be in a good spot. The missing back window right now is really inconvenient. It's getting dry, and my allergies are going to be bad tomorrow. We got to remember to stop and get some allergy medicine. We have not been to the store in a while. I got a pretty good list of things we got to go get. But hoping this stuff is dry enough for tomorrow. Sun's supposed to come out, supposed to get almost 80. It's definitely better, but not as far along as we'd love it to be. So wrapping up here, I got a little pass here. We'll be onto the hillside, and then we'll drop this Tedar, and then we'll drop the tractor off at the owner. So, got some feed though. This is the better half. It's right here where it gets less, and then we're gonna plow that. That is the plan. Sure Yanko would rather be swimming over there. It's warm, but it ain't that warm, bud. So pond's looking good. We got to get it all cleaned up around it, and we'll be big timing. Finishing up this hillside, we'll drop the Tedar and be on the move. And like that, we're wrapped up with this pass. We're probably gonna hit one tomorrow, hopefully first thing in the morning. We gotta see what the dew does, but we're praying. Absolutely praying. We got backup plan if not. We're just gonna rake it in the wind, in the hedgerows, and call it good if not. Don't even need this hay. Just doing it for the content. I love you guys. I love you too, Yanko. I'm not even sure how many hours we put on it. It wasn't full of fuel, but I'm gonna see exactly how many gallons it takes. Tank ain't very big. What is it up? There's only 2 cylinders there? No. Come on. There we go. I don't know whose motors they put in these, but I was looking at the injection pump. It had 2 lines coming up, but then that goes into a common rail setup. I think it's a 4. It might be a 3. I can't see it all. It's all shoved in there. Might be a 3-cylinder. I'm gonna go with it's a 3-cylinder. I didn't look up any of the specs. Massey's not sponsoring this video. If they wanna, we could. Eckland's where you at? So Eckland's been putting a lot of tractors in the area because of well, there they are right there. Because of the price of them. So we'll get it filled up, go drop the Tedar, get it dropped back off at the actual owner of this unit. Probably feed you dinner first. Listen to that bad boy. Love it. The cherry flavored stuff. Come on, get it nice and full. Okay, what do we got? 27 gallons we used. The fuel light had just come on when we stopped. That ain't too bad. I don't even know how many hours I ran. It wasn't full. I think it was 3/4 full. I've probably done 3 hours here twice, so 6 hours plus Dan before. 10 plus hours on 3/4 of a tank on 2 gallons an hour under a good load. So I think this is 70 horsepower. Pretty neat. This is somebody's actual tractors. It's not a demo from Eckland's. So I'm gonna move it over to the driveway. What's up, boys? We get a horn on here, yeah. Living a good life. They've been playing with the freaking trees that are growing down there. Eventually, I gotta cut them down. So how this rig is set up, you got your forward reverser, loader bucket, of course, and you got a 6-speed, but you got a high-low of a 6-speed. And the only complaint me and Dan both had is the clutch it's kind of too far out, so you end up pushing on that. Granted, Yanko's in the way, so on the back side of this, there's this little button right there. You see it? That is a hand clutch, and there we go. So 2 remotes, 540 PTO, has diff lock, has 4-wheel drive, of course. All the creatures of comfort. So, runs 24-25 miles an hour. Pretty cool. So we'll get down the road. Roadway's looking good. We got some stuff we got to finish and wrap up, but that's based on when we get more fill and stuff like that. And just like that, we are off. I didn't even film taking it off. Yeah, I was on the phone with Sean Baldwin, so good people. Wait a second. What is that thing? Oh my God, it's the sun. Stay out for a while. Give us what we need. Drop the Massey back off to Jason. Jason, we all appreciate you letting us demo it. Somebody got all worked up that my dog was riding in a new tractor. It's a local, guys, and Jason's been awesome, and he's becoming the Massey guy out around here. So Aaron's used his other tractor to push bunk, and we tried that out on the Tedar to see how it worked, how we liked it. Yeah, quite the unit. So appreciate you guys watching along though, and well, hopefully we get our hay picked up before it rains on it and before we have more problems. But stay tuned for the next video. Make sure you're liking, subscribing, being part of the channel, and have a good one.